Taking a look at the Rotten Tomatoes for the Mario Brothers movie, you could see that the critic score has gone up to 57. I don't think it's going to hit 60. Probably not going to happen. I think anybody that's going to review this has already reviewed it and put their number in. Audience score still staying strong at 96. That could probably go up to 98. It wouldn't shock me if it did. Either way, audiences love this movie. And why wouldn't they? You have multiple generations of people that are seeing this movie that are fans of Mario. A lot of them taking their own children and having a good time. You just don't see very many movies like this that are something you don't have to worry about when it comes to taking your kids to a movie or other young people. And you could just sit down and enjoy a movie and you don't have to worry about any weird shit. It's kind of nice. It also does a great job of selling Mario. Like I said in a previous video, the first thing I wanted to do after I watched this movie was go home and play some Mario, which I did. I played Super Mario Bros. 3 and 3D World for a little bit because I wanted to play with him in the cat suit after seeing the movie. So I think the movie accomplishes what it set out to do, which is win new fans over, entertain the other ones, the older ones, and sell Mario shit, which it'll do perfectly. I hope we get some more, just so we can see some more meltdowns, like this one from Looper. You want to know why that score is so low? It's because of shit like this. And this is also a good reason. This video, we're going to watch it, is a good example of why people that bitch about, the female character is not strong enough or didn't do this or that, you just got to ignore them because they are mad that she basically didn't get the final punch on Bowser. They're mad that the hero of the movie, that the movie is named after, is the guy who got the hero's journey and had the most development. Why would you? It's not called Super Princess Peach, which we could maybe get someday. I don't see why they couldn't make that movie. You could make a whole bunch of Mario movies. But this one happens to be called Super Mario Brothers. So naturally, I mean, it's been a few days now, this shouldn't be a shocker. Mario and Luigi saved the day at the end. If they didn't, I'm sure you'd have heard about it by now because everybody would be pissed. But they saved the day. It's their movie. Princess Peach is in the movie a lot, but she's a guide for Mario. They even call her a cheerleader, which they hate. Look at the ratio on this, by the way. 5 million subscribers, 24,000 views, 3.1 thousand dislikes to 322 likes. And a lot of people in here are calling them out, saying, oh, I see you wanted them to subvert our expectations and make Peach the main, which they did. That's what they wanted.
Formula. Someone gets kidnapped, usually Princess Peach, and it's up to Mario and his friends to save them. The Super Mario Bros. Movie largely sticks to this idea, but this time Luigi is the one held hostage by Bowser.
Yep, Luigi gets captured, not Princess Peach. That's a problem that a lot of people had with the movie. I was fine with it. It worked. It was fine. Luigi is always a mess. I mean, anyone that's played the recent games, he wasn't always portrayed like that, but recently, over the past, I want to say decade or so, it's been a while, they've had him kind of be like a scaredy cat type of character. It's even in the way that he jumps. They have him he's like a nervous jump, even though he's had that ridiculous jump since Super Mario Bros. 2. I don't think he was portrayed as a scaredy cat then. That kind of came a little bit later. So, like, him getting captured, I mean, it works for his character in some ways.
Forcing Mario to team up with Peach, Toad, and Donkey.
And the Luigi's Mansion references in that movie were great, too, by the way. Especially when he has the flashlight and when he goes, Mario. I thought that was great.
Donkey Kong to save him and their worlds. It was abundantly clear pretty early, even just from the trailers, that the film was going to avoid making Peach a damsel in distress.
So that's the biggest thing. She's not a damsel in distress in this movie. She's more like a cheerleader. This is why the people that are saying that she's super woke, it's not true. She's still, her character serves the purpose of helping move Mario along. So the problem here is that they wanted her to do a lot more. I don't know what more she could have done. This just seems like a feminist take, because usually when you have this, like the super feminist take is to have her be the star of the movie while calling it the Super Mario Brothers movie. Solo is a good example of that, actually. So if you remember the garbage Solo movie, at the end, Solo's on the ground, and who comes in to save the day and beat the bad guy? His girlfriend, or whatever Daenerys was in that movie. I've only watched it once because it's dog shit. I'll just never forget that, watching that movie, and like he's on the ground. She's like, "Did you forget about me?" It's like, this isn't your movie, bitch. What is going on here? And of course, the answer to that is Kathleen Kennedy. But
at a minimum, it even seemed she was going to get some heroic agency of her own.
Together, we are going to stop that monster.
So she did get a lot of heroic agency in this movie. But that's the thing. It's not enough. It's never enough. Ever.
Whether the movie actually succeeds in that endeavor is another question entirely. Peach.
Did we watch the same movie? She has a lot of heroic stuff that she does in this movie. And she has a lot of agency. But do you see this? It's still not enough. Because it will never be enough. Anyway.
Course without breaking a sweat and freezing Bowser initially in the final fight. However, even with these brief girl boss moments, Peach still feels like an incomplete character.
So they're mad. They're mad that she didn't have more girl boss moments. She did have some girl boss moments, but it wasn't that bad compared to a lot of other shit. Plus, I mean, look how she looks. You don't see female characters like this anymore. But she had some moments, like completing that obstacle course. She had a clutch move to help save the day, but Mario is still the one that rose up to the challenge and defeated Bowser. She needs to have been the one to defeat him while he cheerleads. It doesn't make any sense. The movie is called Mario Brothers. But what do they want? Just like that comment said, they want subverted expectations, which fans don't want, by the way.
Serving more as a cheerleader for Mario than as an independently heroic character. Peach has actually...
She is heroic in the movie, though. But she's a part of an ensemble in a movie about Mario. So that's who has to win. It's not called Princess Peach. And now they bring up the games and point out she's been controllable and all that stuff. And this is the argument that people have used, like myself, to say, like, okay, yeah, this is why she can do these things in the movie. She's always been able to do these things. By the way, as pointed out in these comments, and I didn't even think about this till I read that comment, and it was so right. It's that, let me see if I can find it, that she acts like she did in the old cartoons, which the rap in the movie for their advertisement is shown. Like, she acts like she did in that old cartoon, which she did a lot of badass stuff in that show. Obviously, the creators of this movie watched that series and took a lot of inspiration from it because of the fact that they grabbed that song. They must have went over everything that's out there. That's my theory.
Players can assume control of her. She never really gets that sense of agency in the film.
What the fuck are you talking about? She has all kinds of agency in the film. These people are just mad that she didn't become the star of the movie, which is what happens in most movies now. I'm just pointing that out.
She always feels like a supporting player, cheering Mario on from the sidelines and giving him pointers on how to interact with her world.
That's what she's supposed to do. See, this is why the argument that it's woke because she has some moments where she rises up are stupid, because her purpose in the movie is to guide him and cheerlead him and help him, which is what she does the entire movie. She's like his guide. This is like those anime where you get pulled into a new world, and usually in that they have somebody they work with that helps them, and that's the same here.
She functions more as a guide who displays the power of the fire plant initially so that Mario knows how to use it later. She also walks him through the obstacle course.
Watch and learn.
And then they play that scene, which I don't think I can play. So they're mad that she walks him through the obstacle course now. Basically, I mean, we could just go to the end here, and I'll show you their final comments here, which are ridiculous. Listen to this.
Freezes him temporarily and stops the...
Still bitching about him freezing. She just freezes Bowser so that Mario can save the day. She should have been the one to jump in there and do that. Oh, man, people would have been pissed if that happened. Nintendo knows that. That's why that didn't happen.
Lowering of his victims into the lava, but after that, Mario and Luigi get the most licks in.
No shit. They get the most licks in, huh? Well, it's almost like the movie is called The Super Mario Brothers or something. It's crazy. It's wild to me. I got to skip some of this stuff.
Character, people actually use her against some pretty powerful bosses. It's obviously Mario's movie, so him landing the final blow isn't a shock.
Why are you bitching about it then? Of course he's going to get the final blow. The movie is called Super Mario Brothers.
But it feels like there's something missing from Peach to make her feel like the only reason she's leading the Toads is because she's taller than everyone else.
Maybe that's it. It's a kid's movie. What kind of crazy reason do you need for her to be the ruler of the Mushroom Kingdom? Like, do you need some kind of crazy, wild conspiracy? It's a kid's movie. Who cares?
Again, while Peach isn't helpless in this movie,
Exactly. She's not helpless in this movie, so what's your problem?
it feels like there was so much more that could have been done with her.
What more could you have done with her? She's practically by his side the whole movie. She helps turn him into a hero and mold him into a hero, which is like a fine purpose for her. She makes him a man. I don't understand the problem here. What more can she do other than to be the star of the movie? What movie did you want, Looper?
Hopefully, when an inevitable Mario movie sequel materializes, Peach will get a larger role to play in...
How would it be possible for her to get a larger role, by the way? So that's it. That's the gist of this. It's awful. But this is the mindset of these critics that hate this movie. This is their mindset. Oh, Peach didn't get enough agency. Did we watch the same movie? And for 3 minutes, all this video does is bitch because she doesn't get the final blow. At least some people admit the truth. Like this article from Wired, which says that the movie did what it needed to do and did it well. Then goes on to complain that it's not like The Last of Us, which means they wanted LBGT stuff inserted into the movie at a huge rate, because that show took some things from the game that were kind of like the stuff with Bill, right? That's all new. But I'm not going to get into that. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed, hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.